Now on Newsday TV, we have our eye on a winter storm that could dump a foot of snow on the island. Thanks for joining us. I'm Macy Eglund. That latest storm track has snow starting late Saturday night and clearing out after Monday morning. Today and tomorrow, your prep days are decent, sunny and dry, but that wind does make it feel a little bit cooler. Saturday starts dry, but it will be very cold. In your Futurecast models, some of them, snow starts to move in early Sunday. Right now, it's highly likely that the island will see more than 6 inches of snow, and the potential for more than a foot is increasing. That snow starts to taper off Monday. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast once we get through that snow, it is clear and cold through Wednesday.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
A setback for a large development plan in Islandia. Suffolk's Planning Commission rejected a proposal to build apartments, a restaurant, and retail space on 13 vacant acres. It says the move would significantly alter the character in the surrounding area. A health advisory for the Peconic River has now been lifted. Last week, a broken pipe sent thousands of gallons of sewage into the water. Officials say the break has been repaired and water samples showed no contamination. Only in Newsday, a tougher point system is being rolled out at the DMV. New rules include points for racing, leaving the scene of a personal injury crash, and speeding in a work zone. The agency expects 40% more drivers will lose their licenses as a result. Those changes take effect February 16th. A crackdown on what's being called hotel junk fees in New York City. The ban by Mayor Mamdani includes hotels, Airbnbs, and other temporary lodging. It prohibits those operators from charging extra fees like resort or destination fees to city residents, whether they stay in Manhattan or book outside the 5 boroughs or on Long Island.
This will protect New Yorkers when they make bookings both here in our city as well as when they travel across the country.
That rule takes effect February 21st. A women's clothing retailer, Francesca's, is shutting down all its stores, including 3 here on Long Island. No word on an official closing date. For many Long Islanders, pets are members of the family, and the cost to care for them comes with an added financial responsibility, one that is getting more and more expensive. According to the American Veterinary Medical Association, the average pet owner spent more than $1,700 last year caring for their pets. That's an increase of about $200 from 2024. And one option to help pay for that is to have pet insurance. But is it right for you and your family? Joining me now to talk more about this is Newsday reporter John Asbury, Ray Alvarez, a lieutenant with the Suffolk County SPCA, and Dr. Michael Q. Bailey, president of the American Veterinary Medical Association. Thank you all for being here to talk about this topic. John, we want to start with you. You've been reporting on this. What do these pet insurance plans include, and roughly how much are people paying for them per month?
Well, there's various plans, and it's important to note only about 3% of pets are actually covered by pet insurance, owners who have taken these plans. And they can range anything from accidental emergencies, including accidental ingestion of foreign objects, to more comprehensive plans that also include illness and long-term care.
How much do they cost on average?
So they can range from about $30 a month per cats to around $60 for dogs, but that can total to $700 to $1,000 per year.
So it adds up. I mean,
absolutely.
We're talking significant money here. Dr. Bailey, let's get over to you. What are some of the most common reasons for a vet visit, and what can like a standard visit cost a pet owner these days?
Well, your prices that you're talking about are accurate from the point of view the care of the pet, but the care of the pet is including everything, including food and grooming and such. The average pet visit for a dog is actually just over $200 for wellness exams. That's per year, actually, or per visit. But if it comes down to a catastrophic event, such as the pet has ingested a foreign body or even more has developed cancer, those can get quite expensive. That's because the sophistication of veterinary medicine now equals that of human medicine in many regards, and the cost of the care is borne completely by the client. We, in most cases, do not have third-party payers.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, it is getting more expensive, but we're saving our pets' lives in a lot of cases. Ray, you have two cats, Otto and Bandit. Let's take a look at Otto and Bandit. They're a couple cuties. Have you been noticing that the cost of their care is going up when you're taking them to the vet?
Yes, marginally, but not to a great extent. And we pretty much take them, I say we because my son and I will take them to the vet, wellness every year. And we pay out of pocket for that right now. And it's not really cost prohibitive for us, but we did have an instance last year where Bandit had ingested a foreign object and required surgery, and came to almost $3,000. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And if you had pet insurance, it would cover a pretty good chunk of that. I myself,
Sure.
My dog needed to have a kidney removed. It was 12 grand, and my pet insurance covered 10 grand of that. So it was literally a lifesaver for my family, but it's not something that a lot of people do deal with. So you kind of have to
Right.
weigh, is it worth the monthly bill? So when you are, dealing with pet owners across Long Island, is the cost of having a pet and, having these vet bills a reason that people are giving up their pets?
Yes, in some cases, and it could be because, they transition in life to retirement with a fixed income where funds are a little more limited, or they just don't have the money to care for them properly, and then we get called in a more official capacity and, try and, weigh options, and so the pets get the best, care.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, everything is more expensive these days, and
It is.
people are having a hard time making ends meet. People need to do their research when they're deciding what plans they're going to use. Dr. Bailey, what are some of the pros that you've seen? I mean, when people coming in, I'm sure it's helped tremendously.
Some European countries actually have 70% coverage of health insurance. It comes in, it puts you at ease of mind. And just like having a plan that covers warranty for your home, warranty for your car, you know that when something happens, you're putting out a small amount of money each time. So if that catastrophic event happens, you have somebody who's going to help you through those events. So by putting out that small amount of money each month, it can help you when it comes to that catastrophic care.
Absolutely. Dr. Bailey, we mentioned kind of a list of cons as well when it comes to pet insurance. Can you run us through this list?
I really want to emphasize, do a good examination of comparing apples with apples. Make sure that you can get the services you want in your community. There are some plans that may look great, but you have to travel long distance in order to obtain them.
Okay. Great insight. Thank you, Doctor. Let's get back over to you, John. If people do decide that this is right for them, it sounds like some employers now are offering pet insurance. Is that an option for some people?
Yeah, a lot of companies will offer it as part of their general benefits, payroll deductions as part of open enrollment. You can get it just a deduction from your check every week, or you can hire these outside pet insurance firms that do cover a lot of stuff. So it's really just a matter of, as the doctor said, what is best for you in terms of how much you want to pay out of your paycheck or pay out of pocket each month.
Is that option potentially cheaper?
Yeah, it can be cheaper sometimes to do it through work because companies are getting discounts from insurance by enrolling more people in it.
Okay.
And so you may be paying less from your paycheck than you may from out of pocket for a monthly plan.
Gotcha. Dr. Bailey, is there any help or financial assistance for pet owners who decide, this isn't right for me, I can't afford this monthly payment?
Well, first thing I want to add is also talk to your auto insurance company or your homeowner's insurance company,
Yeah,
because you'd
good
be
point.
surprised. They may also have some plans that will help you through. But what are some other options? Once again, if you have needs-based, there are organizations that will help you under a needs-based purpose. The American Veterinary Medical Foundation is an example. We have programs such as REACH, and if there is an individual who cannot cover the cost or even the full cost, you talk with your veterinarian. I have to emphasize that because your veterinarian, yes, as small business owners, they have to cover things, but they also want to be sure that they are giving care. Because remember, veterinarians are here to provide quality health care. They will lay out plans. They will tell you what can be done. They will also, in the case of the AVMF, see if you are qualified, and that can cover a substantial amount of the bill. I can't say how much because every pet is an individual, but the AVMF, the American Veterinary Medical Foundation, is there to try and make it so individuals do not have to surrender their pets, and so pets do not have to suffer.
Right. All right, Ray, we saw your cats. We're all pet owners here. You currently do not have pet insurance, is that correct?
No,
okay.
do not.
So, as you're kind of, thinking about this, we're having this conversation, you interact with pet owners often. Is it something that you yourself have considered? Has anything changed your mind over time as this kind of develops?
Well, certainly like, any other type of incident, once you have, the incident we had last year with Bandit, of course you're going to think, oh, wow, if I would have had pet insurance. I mean, it wasn't, I'd say, overly expensive for what they did, diagnostics and everything. That included everything, the follow-up. So it may sound like a lot, but they actually did a lot of, work. Perhaps I'll revisit it and, do what, Doc Bailey and John had said about, researching different plans and exploring different options.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are struggling right now, like I said, to make ends meet. So adding another payment on top of that every month, it is a lot to consider. So hopefully this helps you and your family make an informed decision about pet insurance now that we've kind of laid out all the details for you. My thanks to Newsday's John Asbury, Ray Alvarez, and Dr. Michael Q. Bailey for being part of this conversation with us. You can read John's article about this on our website, newsday.com. Only a Newsday. In Picture This, we're reminiscing, taking a look back at when Comac had its own arena for concerts and sports. If you've lived here since the 60s, you probably remember the Long Island Arena, seen in these Newsday photos, known to some as the Comac Arena.
Its heyday was kind of like the 1960s and 70s. That's when they had pro hockey teams, pro basketball teams. In the 70s, they had some really big concerts there. Probably the most famous one was when Peter Frampton played there.
It was kind of rinky-dink, but it was great. It was a great place to see a concert. I saw the Grateful Dead there. I saw Jefferson Airplane there.
Long Islanders packed the 4,000-seat venue off Veterans Memorial Highway, which opened in 1959 as home to the Long Island Ducks.
They were a very, very vicious team. They had fights all the time, and the Comac Arena was so cold. It was famous for its frigidity.
The venue also hosted a circus, roller derbies, even political rallies, including John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon during the 1960 presidential election. Big events and some rowdy crowds, up until the arena fell victim to out with the old and in with the new, as the Nassau Coliseum opened its doors in 1972. With the capacity to entertain 4 times the number of fans, it attracted some big names and a new NHL team.
Obviously, it attracted the Islanders, which put the Long Island Ducks out of business.
The space then operated as a flea market up until its closure, July 31st, 1996. The land was sold and the dome demolished to make way for what you see here today, the Veterans Memorial Plaza Shopping Center, where you'll find a Whole Foods, several places to eat, and big box stores like Target.
They should have a memorial plaque that talks about the Comac Arena, but it ain't there.
It was great. I mean, it was just so great. I loved it. I didn't miss it.
It was a lot of fun hearing people's memories from the Comac Arena. It sounded like it was a really fun place. You can see more Picture This segments on Newsday.com. We do a lot of reminiscing. It's a lot of fun. Click Get More below that Newsday TV video box. Here's what's up on Long Island. Cheer on your Long Island team at the Coliseum. The Long Island Nets take on the Raptors Friday night. Tip-off is 7 p.m. Ballet Hispanico comes to Long Island. The Latinx organization performs classical and contemporary dances at the Tillis Center Friday night at 8 o'clock. Also at the Tillis Centre this weekend, the Royal Philharmonic. The UK Orchestra takes the stage Saturday night at 7 o'clock. For admission information and more events, click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. In sports, the Mets appear to have a plan in place, and now it's up to the players to execute it. Newsday's Mets beat reporter Laura Albanese has that story.
The Mets on Wednesday introduced their newest third baseman, Bo Bichette. Bichette, who signed for a 3-year, $126 million contract, can opt out after the first year. He's a natural shortstop, but said that he's excited for the transition to third base. And President of Baseball Operations David Stearns said that he thought he could make the transition smoothly.
Bo's accomplishments and talents on the field are very well covered. He's one of the most complete right-handed hitters in our sport. Incredible knowledge of the game, incredible baseball aptitude. Anyone who's watched him for a long time sees that very, very clearly. And he intensely wants to win.
It was very obvious that I wanted to be a Met. Mr. Cohen and David have put together an organization that is looking to win every single year, has an opportunity to win a World Series every single year, and a roster that backs that up. And it's very exciting to be a part of. The city, one of the best cities in the world, maybe the best city in the world. Fans, some of the best fans in the world. And yeah, all of that is something I've always wanted to be a part of.
Quote Bichette, "My priority is winning, and obviously this is an organization that's doing everything they can to win."
Read more about the Mets and the Yankees on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. See more on these stories on Newsday.com and watch us streaming anytime on Local Now, YouTube, and the other streaming services you see here. I'm Macy Eglund. We've got more local news coming up.
Newsday investigates why drivers continue to speed in such high numbers, the difficulties in enforcement, and what it'll take for drivers to slow down. Dangerous roads, deadly speeds. A Newsday investigation, now available at newsday.com/dangerousroads.